What if the key to turning life's struggles into stepping stones has been around for over 2 millennia? Imagine meeting every challenge with a steady mind and an inner strength that nothing can shake. It sounds extraordinary, but it's rooted in an ancient philosophy that's as relevant now as it was in the streets of ancient civilizations. Stoicism offers a powerful reminder. While we can't dictate what life throws our way, we have full control over how we respond. In today's unpredictable world, these insights can serve as a solid foundation for navigating uncertainty. But Stoicism isn't about cold logic or ignoring emotions. It's about embracing them, understanding them, and using them as tools for growth. It's a way of life built on resilience, purpose, and the pursuit of true happiness, no matter the circumstances. If you're facing stress, tackling adversity, or simply striving for a deeper sense of fulfillment, you're in the right place. We're about to explore 12 transformative Stoic principles that can shift not just your perspective, but your entire approach to life. So stay tuned, because every moment of this journey could spark a change in how you think, feel, and live. If this inspires you, don't forget to subscribe, share, and show some love with a like. Number 1. Living in the present moment. Be present. It's advice we've all heard, but have we ever stopped to truly understand it? Living in the moment means embracing life as it unfolds, experiencing each second without being dragged down by regrets or consumed by future worries. It's about realizing that life, with all its complexity and wonder, is happening now. This isn't a modern idea. Ancient philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, alongside contemporary thinkers, have all emphasized the power of presence. Marcus Aurelius understood that anchoring ourselves in the present helps clear the mental clutter and allows us to experience life more deeply. But why is staying present so difficult? Often, our thoughts drift, caught between what was and what might be, making it hard to appreciate what's right in front of us. Carl Jung once observed that even the simplest moments can hold profound meaning, while grand events without purpose can feel hollow. It's in noticing the small things that life becomes richer and more meaningful. Aristotle believed that true fulfillment, what he called eudaimonia, comes from engaging fully with the present. By focusing on the now, we align with a more purposeful, content existence. So, how do we nurture this awareness? It starts with mindfulness, observing the present without judgment. When you eat, taste every flavor. When you walk, feel the ground beneath your steps. When someone speaks, truly listen instead of crafting your reply. These simple practices help us connect with life as it happens. Seneca also emphasized that happiness lies in appreciating the present without fear of the future. It's not about ignoring what's ahead or forgetting lessons from the past, but about preventing those thoughts from stealing the richness of now. Balance is key. Learning from yesterday, preparing for tomorrow, but living today. Every moment offers a fresh start, an opportunity to engage more deeply with life. So let's make a conscious choice to be present, to savor each experience, and to find joy in the simplicity of now. Because in the end, life doesn't happen in the past or future. It happens here, in this moment. Number 2. The power of perspective. Have you ever been caught in traffic, feeling your frustration build, or stumbled upon a negative comment online that lingered in your mind all day? It's a familiar experience. Daily life is filled with moments that challenge our patience and peace. But there's an ancient perspective that can help shift how we face these moments. Stoicism. Originating in ancient Greece and Rome, Stoicism offers a simple but powerful approach. Focus your energy only on what you can control. Epictetus, a philosopher whose teachings still resonate today, believed that life isn't defined by external events, but by how we choose to respond. Think about it. Situations like delays, bad weather, or criticism are beyond our influence. We can't change them, but we can control how we handle them. This perspective isn't confined to ancient thought. Modern psychology agrees. Carl Jung famously noted that it's not our experiences that define us, but how we choose to grow from them. Both philosophies highlight the same truth. Our strength lies in mastering our reactions. Take the traffic jam example. Getting angry won't clear the road, but accepting the situation can change the experience entirely. Maybe that time becomes an opportunity to enjoy music, reflect, or listen to an inspiring talk. The delay is the same, but your response transforms it from stress into something valuable. This approach extends beyond small annoyances. It applies to work challenges, personal setbacks, or difficult conversations. Marcus Aurelius, another great Stoic thinker, believed that controlling our thoughts is the path to true strength. While we can't change the world around us, we can decide how it affects us. The next time frustration strikes, ask yourself, can I control this? If the answer is no, let it go. Focus instead on how you think and act. This mindset can lighten daily stresses and open the door to greater calm and resilience. Of course, this isn't a skill mastered overnight. It's a habit built through small, daily choices. But over time, focusing on what's within our control can reshape how we experience life. We stop fighting the inevitable and start thriving in the midst of it. Number 3, embracing the moment of choice. Have you ever taken a moment to truly consider how your daily decisions, no matter how trivial they may seem, are shaping the path of your life? Ancient Stoic philosophers believed that our lives are defined by the choices we make, and every decision becomes a building block in the foundation of our destiny. Marcus Aurelius suggested that the essence of life is shaped by the quality of our decisions. Each choice you make becomes a strand in the intricate weave of your personal story. So, ask yourself, what kind of life are you crafting through your daily decisions? The Stoics taught that every moment offers a fresh chance to exercise our will and make meaningful choices. From the instant you wake up, you encounter countless decisions, some simple, some complex, that either reinforce old habits or open the door to personal growth. It's in these seemingly minor choices that the seeds of transformation are sown. The decisions we make, however small, hold the power to shape the reality we inhabit and the person we ultimately become. To incorporate this philosophy into your life, consider starting each day with a conscious commitment to positivity. This could mean choosing a wholesome breakfast that nourishes your body instead of rushing through an unhealthy option, or taking a few moments to tidy your environment, creating clarity and calm for the day ahead. These small, mindful acts can accumulate over time, gradually shaping your character and influencing the direction of your life. Equally important is the practice of reflection. At the end of each day, pause to consider whether your choices brought you closer to the person you strive to become. Were your actions in harmony with your values and aspirations? Did you approach each decision with intention, or did you allow habit to guide you? This practice of daily reflection transforms routine moments into opportunities for self-discovery and personal growth. By nurturing this habit, you begin to see everyday decisions as stepping stones towards the best version of yourself, ultimately transforming ordinary routines into meaningful milestones on your journey of self-creation. Number 4, embracing Stoic simplicity. In an era where complexity and constant consumption dominate our lives, It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the sheer volume of choices and possessions surrounding us. Yet, ancient philosophers like the Stoics advocated for a different path, one of intentional simplicity. They believed that true contentment arises not from acquiring more, but from appreciating and utilizing what is truly necessary. Seneca wisely noted that poverty doesn't stem from scarcity, but from an insatiable desire for more. This insight encourages us to reassess our relationship with material possessions and the distractions that cloud our peace of mind. Simplicity isn't about deprivation, but about refining life to its essentials. It begins with taking deliberate steps to declutter our physical and digital worlds. You might start with a single area, be it your workspace, wardrobe, or even the apps on your phone. Ask yourself whether each item adds value to your life or merely occupies space. If something hasn't served a purpose in the past year, it may be time to let it go. This process is more than tidying up. It's about releasing what weighs you down, creating room for clarity and calm. The act of simplifying can lead to a profound sense of freedom and ease. However, simplifying life isn't a one-time task, but an ongoing practice of mindful decision-making. Before adding anything new to your life, whether it's a physical object, a commitment, or even an idea, pause to question its necessity. Does it serve a meaningful purpose? Will it contribute to your overall well-being, or simply add to the noise? This habit of intentional questioning helps guard against accumulating unnecessary clutter in the future, both physically and mentally. As you embrace simplicity, you'll likely notice a shift not just in your surroundings, but in your mindset. The absence of excess creates space for reflection and personal growth. Your focus sharpens, your actions become more purposeful, and your sense of control strengthens. You begin to embody the Stoic principle of focusing on what is within your control, your choices and actions, while releasing attachment to what is extraneous. In this way, simplicity becomes more than a practice. It evolves into a guiding philosophy, leading to a life marked by clarity, balance, and genuine satisfaction. Number 5. The practice of mindful acceptance. Life is often unpredictable, presenting us with situations that challenge our expectations and desires. It's easy to feel frustrated or wish for circumstances to unfold differently. Yet, ancient philosophies, including Stoicism, encourage a mindset rooted in embracing the reality of the present. Instead of resisting what we cannot change, we are urged to align ourselves with the natural flow of events, seeing every moment as an opportunity for understanding and personal growth. This approach is not about surrendering to fate with resignation, but about developing the resilience to meet life's challenges with acceptance. Recognizing that certain outcomes are beyond our control can free us from unnecessary emotional turmoil. Acceptance does not mean apathy, but rather the strength to confront reality as it is, using each difficulty as a chance to cultivate patience, strength, and inner calm. When we stop struggling against what is inevitable, we create space to grow from the experiences life offers, no matter how uncomfortable they may be. To integrate this mindset into daily living, consider starting each day with a quiet moment of reflection. Affirm to yourself, "I will meet today's events as they come," embracing each experience fully. This simple practice sets a tone of openness and curiosity, helping to reduce resistance when confronted with obstacles. When frustrations or disappointments arise, pause and reflect. What insight can this situation provide? How might this moment shape me into a stronger, wiser person? Such questions encourage a shift in perspective, transforming challenges into valuable learning experiences. Beyond coping with adversity, this habit of thoughtful acceptance fosters greater peace and emotional strength. Gradually, you'll find that resistance fades, replaced by a quiet confidence in your ability to face life's unpredictability. The difficulties of life may remain, but your approach to them will change, creating a deeper sense of control and composure. Ultimately, acceptance becomes not just a practice, but a life philosophy, one that helps transform hardships into meaningful steps toward personal growth and self-awareness. This outlook fosters resilience, clarity, and a deeper connection with the world around you. Number 6. The Stoic principle of reframing failure. Life seldom unfolds exactly as we envision. There are moments when our best-laid plans fall apart, and we're left grappling with setbacks. How we interpret and respond to these challenges defines our ability to grow and persevere. Ancient philosophical traditions, such as Stoicism, advocate for viewing obstacles not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones that propel us forward. Marcus Aurelius expressed this insight by observing that difficulties, rather than halting progress, can become the very path to advancement. Adversity, when approached with resilience, transforms into an opportunity for deeper learning and personal strength. Rather than perceiving failure as a definitive defeat, we can choose to reinterpret it as a valuable source of insight. Each setback presents a chance to refine our understanding, sharpen our strategies, and fortify our character. It's about seeing each challenge as an instructor, offering lessons that success cannot. In this way, failure becomes not an ending, but a critical component of growth, a teacher that guides us toward better outcomes and greater wisdom. To bring this perspective into practice, consider starting with a clearly defined goal, whether personal or professional. As you progress, remain aware that encountering obstacles is inevitable and often necessary for growth. When a setback arises, pause and examine it thoughtfully. Reflect on what the experience reveals. What insights can be drawn from it? How can this inform and improve your future approach? Consider documenting these reflections to gain clarity and refine your strategies over time. This habit transforms the emotional weight of failure into a foundation for resilience and strength. Over time, this process reshapes how setbacks are perceived. What once felt like a failure gradually becomes a meaningful step in a broader journey of self-improvement. Each challenge faced and overcome contributes to building a deeper sense of competence and confidence. The process of confronting and learning from failure encourages a mindset that not only anticipates difficulties, but actively welcomes them as opportunities for refinement and growth. Adopting this philosophy leads to a transformative shift. Rather than avoiding failure, we learn to embrace it as a vital component of success. Each obstacle becomes an invitation to expand our perspective, deepen our understanding, and reinforce our inner resilience. By engaging with life's challenges in this way, we cultivate the ability to adapt, learn, and move forward with greater clarity and purpose. This approach fosters a life rooted in strength and wisdom, turning even adversity into an essential force for personal evolution. Number 7. The Stoic art of perspective shifting. Every experience we face is shaped not just by the events themselves, but by how we interpret them. Our perceptions play a powerful role in influencing how we respond to life's challenges. Ancient philosophies, including Stoicism, emphasize the profound impact of shifting our perspective. This practice is not about ignoring reality, but about learning to view situations in ways that empower us rather than weaken us. The idea is to cultivate strength by choosing interpretations that promote resilience and clarity. Changing perspective involves consciously seeking alternative ways to view a situation. When faced with difficulty, ask yourself, what opportunity does this challenge present? For instance, an obstacle might be seen as a chance to develop new skills or strengthen patience. By reframing struggles in this way, we can transform moments of discomfort into valuable lessons, which in turn enhance emotional strength and adaptability. To bring this perspective into daily life, consider starting with a common frustration. Perhaps it's the routine of a long commute or the repetition of everyday tasks. Instead of focusing on the discomfort or monotony, choose to view these moments as opportunities. Commutes can become a dedicated time for self-education through audiobooks or podcasts, while repetitive tasks can offer a space for reflection or mental relaxation. By changing how we perceive these situations, we invite a sense of purpose and meaning into moments that once felt mundane or frustrating. This practice of reframing extends beyond simple inconveniences. In more profound emotional struggles, such as handling rejection or dealing with setbacks, perspective shifting can provide a path to growth. Instead of interpreting rejection as a failure, it can be seen as redirection, an opportunity to explore new paths or develop overlooked skills. Setbacks may reveal hidden weaknesses that, when addressed, lead to stronger outcomes in the future. Such reflections transform emotional hardship into lessons that contribute to personal development. Adopting this habit over time changes how we approach life. What once felt like insurmountable obstacles may begin to look like valuable experiences that shape character and build resilience. This mental flexibility fosters a more optimistic and courageous outlook, encouraging the belief that even in adversity, there is something valuable to gain. Perspective shifting is more than a temporary coping strategy. It's a life philosophy that cultivates strength, patience, and wisdom. It enables us to navigate uncertainty with confidence, turning everyday experiences into opportunities for learning and growth. In doing so, we deepen our understanding of life, enhance our emotional resilience, and shape a mindset capable of transforming difficulties into meaningful stepping stones on the path to a more thoughtful and fulfilling life. Number 8. Building resilience through voluntary discomfort. Human development is often shaped by how we confront and navigate discomfort. Ancient philosophical traditions, including Stoicism, recognize that growth is forged not in ease, but in the willingness to face challenges. One enduring Stoic exercise is the practice of embracing discomfort intentionally. This approach isn't about seeking pain, but about purposefully stepping into controlled, challenging situations to cultivate resilience and better prepare for life's inevitable uncertainties. Seneca, a notable Stoic philosopher, suggested setting aside time to live simply and endure minimal comforts, not as a form of deprivation, but as a pathway to inner strength and mental toughness. This practice of engaging with discomfort serves as a method to strengthen character and sharpen adaptability. By occasionally removing modern comforts, we develop a stronger capacity to endure difficulties that life may unexpectedly present. This process encourages us to shift our perspective on comfort, recognizing it as a privilege rather than a guarantee. The experience of temporary hardship, when approached intentionally, becomes a valuable exercise in building mental fortitude and appreciating the everyday ease we often take for granted. To apply this philosophy in everyday life, start by incorporating small, manageable acts of discomfort. This could mean choosing to walk long distances instead of driving, going a day without using digital devices, or even engaging in simple fasting. Another approach might be taking cold showers to practice mental discipline, or spending time outdoors without modern conveniences. These exercises aren't about punishment, but about creating an environment where mental and physical strength can grow. The discomfort, though temporary, nurtures resilience and builds a deeper appreciation for moments of ease and comfort. Throughout these experiences, reflect on how your perception of discomfort evolves. Notice how your mind adapts, and how what once felt challenging becomes more tolerable over time. By facing discomfort willingly, you develop an increased tolerance for hardship, which can translate into greater emotional strength when dealing with unexpected adversity. Additionally, these moments of intentional discomfort often lead to profound realizations about the nature of comfort, satisfaction, and gratitude. Small, everyday pleasures gain new meaning, and the simplicity of ordinary comforts becomes more appreciated. With consistent practice, embracing discomfort becomes a way to fortify inner resilience. Life's unpredictable difficulties seem less daunting when we have consciously developed the capacity to face discomfort with acceptance and composure. The act of stepping into discomfort, even temporarily, strengthens adaptability and equips us to handle life's challenges with greater patience and strength. This mindset nurtures a deeper sense of courage, clarity, and appreciation for the simple aspects of daily life. Ultimately, this approach is about cultivating endurance and developing a robust mental framework that extends beyond the moments of challenge themselves. It becomes a philosophy of life, one that transforms difficulties into opportunities for personal growth. By learning to embrace and endure discomfort, you build a foundation of resilience that supports not only survival, but flourishing in a world that is constantly shifting and unpredictable. Number 9. Harnessing the power of perception. The way we perceive events profoundly influences how we experience and respond to them. It is not the circumstances themselves that shape our emotional state, but the meaning we assign to them. This insight lies at the core of Stoic philosophy, which teaches that by mastering our perceptions, we can shape our experiences and strengthen our resilience. Rather than being at the mercy of external situations, we have the power to determine how we react and what lessons we draw from adversity. Challenges are often seen as barriers, but the Stoic perspective invites us to view them differently, as catalysts for personal growth. When difficulties arise, we can choose to interpret them as moments of learning rather than obstacles. This reframing does not dismiss the reality of hardship, but encourages a shift in focus from passive suffering to active engagement. Every challenge presents a chance to refine our character, develop patience, and deepen understanding. By adjusting our interpretation, we transform adversity into an opportunity for strength and wisdom. To develop this practice, consider adopting a habit of reflective writing. At the end of each day, write about experiences that triggered frustration or discomfort. Then, intentionally shift the narrative. If you felt slighted during a conversation, instead of lingering on feelings of rejection, explore what the experience reveals about your emotional responses or communication patterns. What strengths can be cultivated through this situation? How might it inspire growth or improvement? This exercise fosters a habit of reframing that encourages deeper self-awareness and resilience. This approach gradually alters emotional responses. Consistent practice helps to replace knee-jerk reactions with thoughtful reflection. Over time, situations that once caused distress may instead be seen as valuable learning experiences. Journaling becomes not just a way to process emotions, but a method to trace personal progress. Each entry becomes a record of resilience, highlighting how perspective can transform hardship into empowerment. Additionally, this practice nurtures a stronger sense of control. While we cannot influence every circumstance, we can shape how we interpret and respond to it. This internal shift fosters emotional stability, encouraging a mindset rooted in self-awareness and personal responsibility. It reminds us that true strength lies not in avoiding difficulties, but in how we meet them. By embracing this approach, we cultivate clarity, adaptability, and inner calm. Ultimately, learning to reshape perception is about developing a philosophy of resilience and growth. It's a conscious choice to meet life's uncertainties with curiosity and strength. This doesn't eliminate struggle, but empowers us to face it with grace, transforming even the most challenging moments into opportunities for deeper understanding and progress. Through consistent practice, we build a foundation of emotional clarity that supports us through every season of life. Number 10, embracing the discipline of Ascent. Every day, we navigate a world filled with countless impressions and experiences. Often, our reactions to these moments are automatic, shaped by habit rather than conscious choice. Yet, ancient Stoic philosophy offers a pathway to greater control through a practice known as the discipline of mental assent. This approach involves learning to recognize the impressions that arise within us and choosing whether to accept them as true or reject them as false. Marcus Aurelius, a key Stoic thinker, emphasized the importance of distinguishing between what is within our control and what lies beyond it. This practice is about cultivating the strength to pause, reflect, and decide how best to respond, ensuring that our actions align with reality and our core values. Central to this discipline is the recognition that not every thought we have deserves our trust. Our minds are constantly processing information, and without awareness, it's easy to be swept along by inaccurate assumptions or emotional impulses. The discipline of mental assent invites us to question our initial reactions. Are these impressions rooted in truth? Do they reflect what truly matters to us? Can we control the outcome, or is it beyond our influence? This intentional scrutiny helps to filter out thoughts that may mislead or harm us, replacing impulsive reactions with deliberate, meaningful responses. One way to cultivate this practice is by introducing moments of mindful reflection into everyday life. When faced with a situation that provokes a strong emotional response, pause for a brief moment. Take a deep breath and ask yourself reflective questions. Is this thought or feeling grounded in reality? Is the outcome within my control? Does my response reflect my values and character? This practice, though simple, creates an essential space between stimulus and response, allowing room for thoughtful judgment. Over time, this habit helps develop clarity, reducing emotional turbulence and encouraging reasoned, grounded actions. The benefits of this approach are profound. Regular practice strengthens emotional resilience, making it easier to navigate challenges without being overwhelmed by reactive emotions. As you become more adept at identifying unhelpful thoughts and choosing not to act upon them, your sense of control and inner calm will deepen. Experiences that once triggered anxiety or frustration may lose their hold, replaced by a growing sense of composure and thoughtful awareness. This transformation doesn't happen overnight, but with consistent effort, it becomes second nature. Furthermore, the discipline of mental assent promotes deeper self-awareness. It encourages us to examine how our perceptions shape our understanding and interactions with the world. By questioning and refining these impressions, we gain insights into our habits, desires, and fears, allowing us to grow beyond them. This heightened awareness strengthens our ability to respond wisely to future challenges, enhancing our confidence and sense of personal mastery. Ultimately, Mastering this discipline is about reclaiming authority over our internal experiences. It's about learning to distinguish between thoughts that serve our growth and those that undermine it. By committing to this reflective practice, we cultivate a resilient, grounded mindset, capable of facing life's complexities with courage and clarity. The discipline of mental ascent is more than a technique. It is a pathway to greater self-control, emotional strength, and personal integrity. In choosing how we respond to the world, we shape not only our experiences, but also the person we become. Number 11. Embracing the moment of choice. Every moment of life is filled with decisions, large and small, shaping who we are and the paths we follow. While many choices may seem insignificant, together they form the foundation of our lives. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the transformative power of these decisions, encouraging intentional awareness and thoughtful action. Rather than reacting impulsively, the Stoics invite us to consider how our choices shape not only the present, but also the future versions of ourselves. The essence of this teaching lies in recognizing that our daily decisions have the power to construct the narrative of our existence. Each day is an opportunity to choose consciously. From the instant we wake, we are faced with decisions that either reinforce habitual patterns or open the door to new possibilities. Though many of these choices might appear minor, their cumulative impact is profound. Choosing how to respond, act, and engage with the world is a form of self-authorship, crafting a life in alignment with values, principles, and aspirations. This intentional approach turns the ordinary into the meaningful, allowing us to design a life of depth and purpose. To embrace this philosophy, it is valuable to start the day by setting an intention to make mindful choices. Whether it's opting for nourishing food, dedicating time to learning, or engaging in meaningful conversations, these actions shape the tone and quality of life. Even simple acts, like organizing your environment or choosing kindness in a difficult moment, carry weight. Each decision, no matter how small, contributes to shaping personal character and influencing future outcomes. Equally important is the practice of evening reflection. Taking time to review the choices made throughout the day fosters greater self-awareness and growth. Were these decisions rooted in personal values? Did they contribute to the vision of who you aspire to become? Through honest reflection, patterns of behavior become clearer, providing insight into areas for growth and refinement. This process transforms routine decisions into intentional steps toward personal mastery. Over time, this practice cultivates resilience and emotional clarity. The act of consistently making thoughtful choices strengthens the capacity to navigate challenges with grace and confidence. It encourages living with integrity, aligning daily actions with long-term aspirations. While the outcomes of life cannot always be controlled, the choices made within each moment are powerful tools for shaping experience and character. This understanding empowers us to craft a life that reflects intentionality, courage, and self-awareness. In the end, mastering the art of deliberate decision-making is less about achieving perfection and more about consistent progress. It is about striving each day to make choices that resonate with deeper values, knowing that even small acts contribute to larger transformations. By committing to this approach, we foster inner strength and wisdom, cultivating the resilience needed to meet life's uncertainties with clarity and purpose. In this way, daily choices become not just decisions, but steps along the journey of becoming our best selves. Lesson 12. The Virtue of Self-Sufficiency. In the unpredictable landscape of life, where circumstances often sway emotions and perceptions, the Stoic philosophy presents an empowering alternative. cultivating resilience by finding strength within. This mindset emphasizes that true freedom and peace arise not from controlling external situations, but from mastering internal responses. Epictetus, a leading Stoic thinker, argued that liberation is achieved by releasing attachment to outcomes beyond our control. For the Stoics, self-reliance wasn't about isolating oneself, but about fostering mental fortitude that remains unshaken, regardless of external turbulence. The foundation of this approach is recognizing that while we cannot govern every twist and turn of life, we possess control over how we interpret and respond to these events. External opinions, circumstances, and unexpected changes are beyond our command, but our inner dialogue, emotional reactions, and personal judgments are within our influence. The Stoics taught that focusing energy on what is controllable frees us from unnecessary suffering and nurtures an enduring sense of stability and personal strength. Developing this inner resilience involves deliberate practices that strengthen self-awareness and emotional independence. Begin by setting aside time each day for quiet contemplation or journaling. Use this space to reflect on situations that triggered emotional responses. Ask yourself, was this reaction within my control? Could I have approached this experience differently? This exercise creates awareness and sharpens discernment, encouraging a shift from reactive habits to intentional responses that align with personal values. Another way to build inner resilience is by engaging in self-directed projects that encourage autonomy and self-reliance. Whether it's crafting, learning a new skill, or tackling a long-postponed challenge, these activities cultivate patience and confidence. They reinforce the belief that strength grows from overcoming personal obstacles. As you navigate these tasks, observe how your mindset transforms. The satisfaction derived from facing difficulties head-on fosters trust in your abilities and reduces the need for external validation. This journey of cultivating inner resilience extends beyond individual activities. Over time, as you become more comfortable with discomfort and uncertainty, external setbacks will begin to feel less daunting. Challenges that once triggered anxiety or frustration become opportunities for growth and introspection. The process nurtures emotional independence and helps build a foundation of internal security that stands firm amid life's inevitable changes. Additionally, embracing this philosophy promotes greater self-clarity. It encourages reflection on personal values and nurtures a life grounded in authentic choices. When external validation loses its hold, it becomes easier to pursue paths that resonate with genuine aspirations rather than societal expectations. This shift cultivates a deeper sense of peace, rooted in the understanding that true well-being is cultivated from within, not dictated by external circumstances. Ultimately, the practice of developing resilience and self-reliance is an evolving journey. It requires patience, consistent effort, and the courage to face discomfort. However, the rewards are transformative. As you grow more attuned to your internal world and release attachment to external outcomes, you craft a life marked by strength, clarity, and confidence. This mindset doesn't eliminate life's challenges, but it equips you to navigate them with grace, fostering an unwavering sense of trust in your ability to thrive through both calm and storm. Thank you for joining me on this journey of exploring Stoic wisdom. If you found this insight valuable and wish to continue embracing ancient philosophies for modern living, consider subscribing to the channel. Your support not only motivates me to share more thought-provoking content, but also helps build a community of like-minded individuals seeking clarity and resilience. Subscribe today, and let's continue this journey of growth together.